Okay, I'm awake. All right, I'm ready to be back, but still out for one more week here. So, Peace has asked me to explain her red question. So, I am making this video for everyone, okay? Because we know if one person asks a question, then it will help everyone. Okay, right. So, that's what we're doing here. So, let's all take notes on Peace's red questions. Now, why? Why, other students in the class, did I not choose yours? Well, as I look through, like this one right here, I did this one, and this person didn't take the time to update it. So update your organizer. And it like I did this one. I said all this, and then nothing changed though. But Peace and me have been communicating in the email. All right, so let's get to it. First, about the satellite question. So, as I said before, what we got to do is extend the lines. But what would also be helpful is to just draw the parallel, or they are parallel lines outside of the picture, and then the transversal here. And then where is 4? 4 is right here. You see that? It's in between the transversal and the line, right? Then 5 is down on the other side, but above this line, right? So 5 is right here. And P said, I just don't get it. I don't get how to state their relationship through the picture. So 4 and 5 are not any of our angle pair names, okay? If the angle had been right here, then 4 and that angle would be corresponding angles. If the angle had been right here, 4 and that angle would have been same side exterior angles. If the angle were right here, they would have been alternate exterior angles. But we don't have an angle name for 4 in this angle 5 here. But we do know their relationship, whether they're congruent or supplementary, because we know that the lines are parallel and all the 8 angles are either congruent or supplementary. We know that. If I were to draw a pair of parallel lines and a transversal and say that this is 70 degrees, then you should be able to tell me the other 7 angles real easy. This would be 110 because they have to add up to 180. And then the vertical angles would make this 110 and this 70. And then alternate interior would make that 70, and then just unlock the key down here. So everybody in the class should be comfortable with that. And if you are, then you should recognize the relationship between 4 and 5. Because 4 and this angle right here are congruent. So I put a little arc there to mark the congruence. And so let's just call this angle 6 for, something. So now 4 and 6 are congruent, but what's the relationship between 6 and 5? They are a linear pair, they are supplementary. So 4 and 5, kind of by transitivity, are supplementary. Okay, so I hope that that helps somewhat. I hope it helps someone, but they're supplementary. There's no angle pair name like there could be if they had chosen a different pair. Okay. So I did this one, but I'm going to do it again. So describe an auxiliary line. An auxiliary line is a line we draw into the picture in order to do some calculations. Now that I drew this line into the picture, I know that this angle is actually corresponding with this angle. It's a kind of a slanted transversal, but it's true. So this is X, then this is also X. And this 72 is a linear pair with this angle right here, so that must be 108. And this angle is a vertical angle with this right here, so that must be 50. So just drawing that auxiliary line helped me make a triangle, and now I can easily find that last angle in the triangle because I know that angles in a triangle add up to 180. That's something you learn in 6th or 7th grade math. All right, and then we'll also go over again geometry, but it's true. Okay, probability. Suppose you were to pick any two angles in the figure, explain how many possible angle pairings there are. Describe the possible between the measures. Angle pair. Don't worry about that question. I'm not gonna ask. I mean, we could talk about it, but I'm not gonna ask you that right now. Describe the possible relationships. So they're either congruent, right, or supplementary. Okay, and don't worry about that. We're just not doing probability right now. All right, it looks difficult, so I would like to know how I could prove line M and N are parallel. Find X so that M is parallel to N. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what the picture is there. Number 5, when there is 1 point in 3 and then 3 to define like an angle or line confuses me on how to pinpoint the change and what the reason would be. 1 point in 3. So when we're naming angles right here, you can use 1 letter or 3 letters. And the difference is knowing how many angles are connected to that vertex. So when I see angle U here, I could call it YUX, but if I call it angle U, there's no discrepancy about where it is. It's right here, angle U, just like angle W is right here. Angle V is right here, angle X is right here, but angle Y, now if I say angle Y, am I talking about this angle, this angle, this angle, or this angle? I can't just say angle Y because there's 4 angles that I could be talking about. So you see, WVY. So where's WVY? So WVY is right here. That's this angle here. So why did they not just call it angle V? Well, I don't know. They could have called it angle V and I would have known what they're talking about. They called it angle WVY. Fine. It's perfectly fine to call it that as well. But if they had been talking about the middle, they must have put 3 letters. So anyway, that's the thing. Name an angle with 1 letter where that letter is the vertex, or with 3 letters where the middle letter is the vertex. And they're both good ways, they're both acceptable ways to name an angle. All right, so number 5, how to pinpoint the change. So yeah, and then what is the reason for this? Why is angle U? Oh, I see. Is it? Do I see? Is it the transitive property? Transitive property of congruence is the last one. Well, Pete, you weren't asking me about that one, so I'm gonna move on. Okay. Earlier answer you gave was similar from the yellow geotext, but how would I do these like they're on different sides and one is on the outside? All right. So for this first question, 3x minus 15 and 105 are corresponding angles. So I can set up the equation 3x minus 15 equals 105 and solve that to find out what x is. And so when I do that, you add, what is that, 120, 3x equals 120. And then you divide 120 by 3, and I think you get 40. So x equals 40. Then this no longer has to be an expression. Once 3 times 40 is, oh, wow, I already knew it was 105. So now I know what x is, but I also know that that angle is 105. And 105 plus y plus 25, those two things form a linear pair. So you can also set up the equation y plus 25 equals 180. And then you can solve for y. So that's how you do that one. Now this one here, it would be helpful to draw auxiliary lines here so that we can see we have two parallel lines, transversal, right? And so we have this angle and this angle, but those are a linear pair. That can still be tough. I'm tired. All right, so this is oh, okay. So right here and here are these not same side interior angles. So that's 120, so this must be 60. And then 60, and then these are also same side interior angles. So then you could write 3y plus 40 plus 60 equals 180. And then solve that. Then once you get that, then these two form a linear pair. And once you know this angle, you could do the same thing to find those. Okay, so hopefully I answered that question. I'll be happy when I'm back and I can look at you and say, did I answer your question? But for now, you just have to correspond here. Which would be interior and exterior? Are all the angles basically interior? That's a good question. So you can only look at two pairs of parallel lines at a time. So if I'm looking at this line and this line, even though they're both inside the bookshelf, that's true, but up here and down here are outside the two lines that I drew. So those would be exterior. And then in here would be the interior. So don't think about being inside the bookshelf. Think about two lines at a time. Extend your lines, using auxiliary lines. And then above and below those two lines are the exterior. And between those two lines is the interior. Excuse me. All right. Just to be sure, is it transversal? What geometric term can be used to relate the two roadways contained by the bridge? The two roadways contained by the bridge. Is that roadways? The two roadways. What two roadways? Two roadways contain. Where's the bridge? Is this a bridge? I need to see the rest of the question, but these are transversals. There's four of them. So I still don't know what the two roadways are. But if it is transversal, then it must be talking about these two. Or these are transversal as well. But there's 3 of them, or 5. Man, I cannot be making these videos at 11:55. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, now, can you do all? Oh, okay. Yes, sorry. Oh, good. All right. Okay. Can you do all of the solutions in the video and explain step by step? PQ, RS, and TU all intersect at X. Okay. RS and VW intersect at Y. The measure of angle TXS is equal to 32, and the measure of angle PXS is 58, and the measure of angle PXT is 26. Determine, okay. All right then. Is this really it? We have to draw a picture. So P, Q, R, S, and TU all intersect at S, X. There's point X right there. Okay, PQ, RS. So I'm just drawing a picture slowly, given the information that I have, and then TU there. Drawing a picture. Now I might have to adjust the picture because I don't know if it's right, but you gotta start somewhere. Okay, so the measure of angle TXS, this one right here is 32. 32. The measure of angle PXS, or PXS, yeah, so that whole thing is 58. Okay, the measure of angle PXT is 26. Now, all right, determine whether each statement must be true, may be true, or false. Okay, so what is 26 plus 32? That is 858. Oh, right, 58. Okay. So PQ and TU are perpendicular. Must be false because this is not a 90-degree angle, it's a 58-degree angle. RS and VW are, where's RS? RS and V. Do I even have a V in VW? No, VW. RSPQTU. Oh my. RS and VW intersect at Y. VW. That's at Y. Okay. There's nothing about the angles. So RS and VW are parallel. No, they intersect. TU and VW are parallel. That may be true. That could be true if I drew it differently, but doesn't have to be true. All right, so that was kind of a fuzzy one there, but we will see if that's helpful, just don't ever forget to draw your pictures, and if it's wrong, still draw it and then correct it once you figure out that it's wrong. Can you show a step-by-step solution while explaining? Can you give me a step-by-step solution? Okay. All right, guys. There are So this is a paragraph proof. Now, don't you guys worry. If you got it's just an IXL. If you got a paragraph proof, okay, well, I'll do that one next time, but we're not gonna worry about that right at this moment. In the diagram, AC is parallel to Decide whether each statement. Okay. All right, let's do this one here. AC is parallel to G. AC is parallel to GI. Okay, draw the arrows. AG is parallel to BH. Where's AG? Where are you at? AG, BH. Okay, draw the arrows. Double arrows. Right, so I'm marking the picture. BH is parallel to CI. BH parallel to CI. Double arrows there. And AG is perpendicular to AC. AC is perpendicular, right angle. Decide whether each statement is true. So the nice thing is everything is as it seems. You know, the picture is the way it looks. So these questions are going to be really easy. AG is parallel to CI. AG, CI, that's true. By the transitive property of parallelism. AG is perpendicular to GI. Yep, same thing. They're perpendicular, and then the line that AG is perpendicular to is parallel to GI. So it's also perpendicular to GI. DF is parallel to GI. Now we don't have anything marked about DF, but well, we do know that it's we don't really know actually. I don't have anything marked about DF. So I'm gonna have to say it can't be determined. It could be just a little bit off. Could be a lot off. There's no telling. I didn't make any markings on it. Okay, well, except for that paragraph proof, which I don't want to do with you guys right now, but if the 2-column proofs, you guys can ask me about. And all right, one more day of practice, and then we will have a quiz. But if there's any red questions, which I did not cover, then don't sweat it. They won't be on the quiz. But I have covered a lot of red questions over the course of the week, and we will have an assessment tomorrow on that. Bye, guys.